everyone, it's Queenie. Welcome to today's video. I'm really excited to put this video together. A while back, I got a request from a subscriber asking me to show how I put an entire look together, all the way from picking out my color story to choosing my stamping plates. And this video really fit the bill on that because what I was getting ready to do was do a nail design for a challenge that I participate in over on Instagram. So basically at the beginning of the month or the end of the previous month, they will post up the theme and the ideas and topics for the next month. And then you just go on, do your design, post, and tag accordingly to what is in the photo right here. And it's a lot of fun. And I thought that I could do like a double challenge for myself. One, I'm doing the challenge for Instagram, but then I thought I would challenge myself into putting together a design from scratch, from start to finish, picking out everything from the very beginning on camera. I don't usually do it that way. It's usually just like something that I put together and just post my pictures and all of that. But since someone did ask, hey, how do you do this? What's your whole process? I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to do this with you guys and we could do it all together. I'll also be giving you a little update on how nailartqueenie.com is coming along and the types of products that I'm carrying and how that all ties together with my nail art. And I'm really excited to tell you all about that and do some nail art today. So if that sounds like fun, let's get started. Let's get into the design. And this is going to be a long one, so grab a snack, grab your favorite bevy. Is that a word, bevy? And let's go. All right, so it'll really help if you guys know what you're looking at. That right there is my stamping polish rack. And then over here is my Orly rack. And I kind of bunched them together by collection until I ran out of room. And then I stopped my Orly monthly box because I just didn't have enough space to keep getting it. I think the last one I got was fall of 2025, which would be up in that right-hand corner right there, right there. Beautiful colors, but I just didn't have enough space. And then the next rack, you know what I should mention is that I do have a little one up on you guys, only because I know the colors that I have, like they're ingrained in my brain. And also I know like my stamping plates and everything already too. So I do have like a little step ahead of you guys, which you wouldn't have just because you don't know what's in my collections, you know. Oh, and there's Maxwell. Hi, Bubba. My little Bubba. So that other rack was like my China Glaze and my Starly and more Orly and KB Shimmer, and I also have some ILMP and all kinds of fun stuff on that rack. This rack is more like random drugstore, and then this is my gel polish. And you can see I have quite a bit of gel, but I don't use it all that often. And then that is my packing table for my in-house inventory. So, all right, let's get started. We're going to have to pull some stamping polishes and start getting our color story together. I need to pick out a yellow stamping polish for the actual tulips. Let's pick I'm sorry, I'm like mid-think. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm starting this like literally from scratch. So we want a yellow for the tulip. I'm going to come under here. What are these? Oh, I have two of the same. One is a refill. I think these are too bright. So let me go back up here. Woo! Throwing stuff. I kind of like this one. So this one is Zinnia. All right, so let's go with Zinnia. And then we need a green. I have so much blue and green. I don't know if these are all from the MXM box. from Maniology. So they must have been on a blue and green kick for a while, but I do all my stuff in like rainbow order just to make it a little bit easier. Somebody's knocking on my door. Okay, sorry about that. Somebody was at my door. Believe it or not, it was the tree surgeon. Well, our crepe Myrtle wasn't doing great last year. She picked up some kind of a disease, and they've been coming every couple of months and giving her medicine and making sure she's doing good. She's actually doing really, really well now. So I could take a little video snippet of her to show you what she looks like. She's so cute. We call her Aunt Mert. So yeah, we're a little weird. We have to name things. Do you guys do that? Do you have to name stuff? Like we have Aunt Mert, and then we have our Southern Magnolia, and we call her Maggie. So I don't know. We're weird, I guess, but we do that for like everything. Everything needs a name. Okay, so we got our yellow, and now we need a green. So I don't think we need anything this bright. And these look a little bit too dark. So I'm thinking this guy's like perfect. I think that one's pretty good. So that one is Apple Crisp. I think that's good. You know, I'm going to pull this bright one too. Just to have. I think I'm just going to pull that one just to have it. And then we'll decide later which color. Okay. So, sorry I'm moving around so much. So I'm going to grab my black. This is straight up black. I lost my sticky, but I know that's what that is. So we're going to stamp with black, and then we're going to reverse stamp with those. And then we need our color story. I already know, I'm like trying to think. I already know I want to do green, and I want to have something to stamp the tulips over that doesn't take away from the tulips themselves, but like accents it. So I need, my first thing I need is my color for my middle nail and my ring finger where we're going to do the stamping. So let me look. I'm not exactly sure if I want to do a color, a beige, or like a white. I'm eyeing up that KB Shimmer color. Let me see if I can get my right there, that one. I'm also looking at some of the Essies, which are beige. And then I have this, the Orly right there. It can't really be pink. It has to be something that, oh, this Orly silver looks really good. I wonder how that would look. Let's bring that down. Do we want to do a silvery white, or, hold on, I'm going to try not to cover my camera here. I'm going to try to grab this KB Shimmer. Oh, wait, that already has the yellow hue to it. So let's put that down this way. So this is a little bit too silvery. I'm thinking, let me move it over here. Get these out of here for a second. I think I'm going to go with that. I think this one's just a little bit too silvery, but I do want to pull that Orly one too and look at it, but I think it's too pink. What is this called? This is called, come on, you can focus on a break. That actually has a grayish lavender. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. But I gotta put these back as soon as I pull them. Otherwise, I won't remember which one went with which thing. Okay, I think that's good to stamp over for the stamping fingers. And then I need an accent color for the ring finger. I already know I want to do like a green shimmer. I just don't know what green shimmer I want to do. So I have this hollow taco here, and I have Mooncat, I think that's called Tyrannosaurus Hex, I think is the name of that one. And then I've got one of my favorite polishes ever is Grandpa's Garden, which I actually did a video and a story time on Instagram about this polish a few years ago because I just loved it so much. See, that has some yellow and some pink, and I think it's just going to like pull it together. So this would be for the index finger. I think that'll work. That really matches that color really well. How does it look with this green? No, see, that's not the right green. And then my black stamping polish. So I guess basically that's our color story right there. All right. Let me get these organized real quick, and then we'll get into the stamping plates and start figuring out what we're doing. I have a good idea about the middle finger, but the ring finger, I'm still up in the air. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is my drawer setup for my nail art supplies. And if we go all the way down here, this is where my stamping plates are. And I keep them in these bins by theme or topic or whatever you want to call them. So I'm looking for flowers, beach, characters, Halloween, fall. Here it is. So this is flowers, plants, Easter, spring. And then is there anything else I could bring into this mix here? Health and beauty, decade, no, characters, no, summer. No, we're not in summer. We're in flowers. I'm in flowers. Okay, I'm going to switch over to my other camera setup. So I have two hands, and we will go through the stamping plates and pick out what is going to be best for this design. So we got our flowers and plants, Easter and spring. Let's open this up and start going through the plates. Like I said, I already have an idea of what I have, so I already have an idea of what I want to do. I have a plate that's got a big bunch of tulips on it, and they are, it's just like a big bunch, and you can fill it in with the yellow and the green stems, and I think it would look really, really pretty. I think this is it. Oh, yeah, here it is. So this is the plate. It is Uber Chic Beauty Hello Spring. And then that is the design right there, the tulips. And as soon as I saw the tulips theme, I knew that I wanted to do this. The question is, what do we do for the ring finger? So I'm thinking like a saying or a ladybug. I'm cheating because I just saw ladybug. So do I want a ladybug? Do I want an insect? Do I want another set of tulips? So let me look through here and we'll kind of go from there. So here I just kind of went through every single plate that I had looking for tulips or sayings or, oh, and then the light hits my nails just right and I have to stop and look at them. Thank God I wasn't driving at the time that happened. But I just went through all my plates and it really just got so intense and long that I decided to speed this section up. And the funny thing was that I ended up just using the plate that I had originally pulled in the first place with the group of tulips. So yeah, go figure. The only thing on here is this tulip and I don't like it. So I think we're going to end up with the same plate. Let's just find something on here that will work. Okay, so we can do a saying. We can do a bug. We can do a bird. Like here's a bird, but that doesn't really go. Flowers and birds don't really go. Flowers and bees, flowers and ladybugs. There's this bee, and then there's this bee. I think I'm going to go with this bee. I think he fills up the whole nail. It's not overpowering. I can reverse stamp in some yellow there. And And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with the wings. Like, do I want to fill them in or do I want to just leave them blank? Let's figure that out later, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work with this tulip and this bee because. So the nails that I'm going to be using today are the Kiara Sky Short Square. And I put 2 coats of base coat on, except for maybe the ring finger. Like, did I miss this? I don't know what happened. Why did they all look darker than that one? I wouldn't be surprised, and it wouldn't be the first time. I really don't like painting onto clear nails. I feel like just using this helps me have some more opacity to the nail and just makes the nail polish stick better. I don't prep the nails like I do, or I did when I sold them. These are just for me and just for video purposes, so I don't really prep them, but I do like more of an opaque nail to paint on. One of the things that I always do here on YouTube, and I also like to do over on Instagram, is list all of the products that I use in the design so people know what's in it. So I always write down what I use in all of my posts. So I'm just going to jot that down real quick, from the stamping plate to the base coat that I used and just all of the products. This mat in the background is in my shop. This is the Poppin' Bottles desk mat, and then this is the Poppin' Bottles 4x6 notepad, and they are adorable. They are so cute. My shop, I don't do press-on nails anymore. I don't sell nails at all. Everything is nail art related. Nail art itself, like this desk mat and all of that. Shameless plugs, just trying to show you guys what is in my shop, and then we'll talk about that some more because there's a reason that I wasn't doing press-on nails and also started this business with all of the aesthetic nail products that you can find at nailorqueenie.com. So I'll tell you the backstory of it real quick and you'll kind of know. And then I'll tell you more in future videos as well. So, all right, I'm going to take a quick second. I'm going to write all this stuff on my notepad so I can later plug it into my Instagram post. Okay, so that's all written down. One of the things that I wanted to point out is that this paper is the most satisfying paper I have ever written on. It is so smooth and like silky. Oh my God, I love it so much. But yeah, so this is what it looks like up close, and just matches the entire Poppin' Bottles collection that's on my website, and I'm just obsessed. Okay, so let me put this aside. And then we can get started with putting this design together. And I'm going to try to keep my mat clean here, so I'm just going to put a paper towel over it. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We forgot a color. Because this is my... Yeah, this is this two nails. This is this nail, but what's going here? I forgot a color. I'm just gonna grab a yellow. I think that'll work. Hold on one second. Okay, so I have quite a number of yellows. This is actually more green than yellow. It has like a green hue to it, and I don't really want that. I want something more that matches the zinnia. So my eye is like going to the Hollow Taco right here. This one is called Banana Hacks. I think those two colors are really complementary. So yeah, I can't believe I forgot that. Okay. Okay, let me show you these two next to each other here. This is going to have to go onto the vortex because it needs to get mixed up, but we have to add it to our list here. Holo Taco, Banana Hacks. I don't remember the name of the collection that this was in when it first came out a few years ago, but it was the first Holo Taco collection that I ever bought. And I like, this is my, like, one of my favorite colors of all time, especially when it comes to yellows. It's so pretty. All right, I need to put this onto the vortex. All right, so we have a snore boy. He is snoring. He looks very comfortable. But this is my vortex mixer, and basically you just push down on it and it stirs and mixes your nail polish. So usually, and I'm going to switch hands here. Usually I will start out just going in, pressing down and letting it mix. I'll try to do about 30 seconds this way. And then once that's done, I'll flip it over and mix it upside down. And then once that's done, then I'll just give it like a good shaky poo for a couple seconds, and usually that'll be enough. All right, that should be good. All right, and then I'm just going to give this a good shake, and I'm going to let it settle for a couple minutes. The great thing about the vortex mixer is that it doesn't cause a lot of bubbles in the polish, like if any at all. So I really like it a lot. So we're going to let that settle for a minute, and then we're going to go in with, let's do these 3 nails, and then we'll go in and we'll do the yellow. So I'm going to start off with the first coat of Grandpa's Garden on the index finger. And this color just like never ceases to amaze me. It is so beautiful between the flakes and the different color glitter. Amazing. So pretty. All right, we'll give that some time to dry. And then I sped this up a little bit just for time purposes, but this is the first coat on the middle finger and the ring finger of Frequent Flyer, and wow, that color, you would never think that it would be as opaque as it is in one coat, but I think the base coat helps, but it really, I think it's just maybe like the shine of all the shimmer in it makes it look more opaque. I don't know, but it is amazing. And then here is Banana Hacks going on to the thumb, and then the first coat of oh my gosh, Banana Hacks. Let's just go with Banana Hacks because that seems to be the name of the day. Onto the pinky. Wow, maybe I need more coffee. I'm not exactly sure. But isn't that the most beautiful yellow you've ever seen? All right, coat 2 going on. All right, guys, so here I am back. This is actually the next day because I was waiting for these to dry and I kind of ran out of time. I had to take Maxwell to the vet for his checkup and his shots, and I just ran out of time in the day. So here I am the next morning, and I want to show you. I am wearing, I don't know if I can get this in the camera or not. I'm wearing my... That's how far they stretch. My Swatch Blooms pajamas, They are the cutest and most comfortable pajamas I've ever had, and the ink is like sublimated into them, so it's not like a heat transfer where the fabric gets like stiff. It's just like really super soft. So yeah, so I'm still in my jammies, and we're gonna finish out this design. So let me move in here just a little. So here is the tulip design. I'm gonna go and use the black for that and get that nice and coated up. Ooh, that came out good. All right, I'm just going to give that a second to dry while I clean it up, because I don't want to smudge my stamping polish. I was so excited how that stamped. It came out so good. So we're ready to start reverse stamping, filling in the design. So I'm going to grab my acrylic block, and this basically serves as a hand rest for me on my left hand more than my right hand. I have RA in both hands, and it can become quite uncomfortable. My hands can become very stiff when I'm reverse stamping, and having that little rest for my palm on the left hand helps so much. All right, let's get this started. I have to figure out what I'm doing here. I think I'm going to do the stems first. So I'm going to go in with the apple crisp color, the green. And I'm going to try not to put too much on the palette, just a little bit. This is going to dry before I can use all of that. So I'll probably have to add more to the palette, but I'm just going to get started filling these in. And this is my Orly Duo Daughter. There we go. It's got like a bulb on one end, and then it's got no bulb on the other end. And this actually has polish on it. Let me get that off. Okay. All right, let's get this started filling in. I'm going to start the easy spot first and come down here and go in these big spots down here. Hey guys, so let's do a little update on Nail Art Queenie. I want to talk about the elephant in the room. A few months ago, I told you I was relaunching my press-on nail business, and then I was basically radio silent on my long-form tutorials. I did some short videos, and I was doing some quick nail art tutorials, but I really hadn't been posting any long-form content for us to, you know, connect and really get to know each other more. Except, honestly, about the one video where I organized my inventory. That was like my last video, which got a grand total of like 34 views. Hey, shout out to those 34 of you, because, you know, I really appreciated you watching it, but I understand the severe twist in the content itself. But I do owe you an update on where things have been. So to put it bluntly, I have officially stopped selling press-on nails. I was experiencing a lot of back and neck pain, and honestly, being in physical pain all the time trying to create these sets was really taking the joy out of nail art for me. And I was so exhausted from it that I literally stopped making long form tutorials. And I feel like those are the backbone of this channel, and it just felt totally disconnected from you guys, and honestly it just wasn't working for me. But out of that whole experience came the coolest pivot ever. So I feel it's like Friends, pivot. So last summer I decided that I wanted to decorate my nail studio, and I wanted to match the energy of our community, like bright, happy, nail obsessed, glittery, all that fun stuff. But when I went looking for decor and accessories, everything was like clinical. It was like those old-fashioned nail salon pictures that you would see with like stacked rocks and bamboo water fountains. You know, everything was red, white, and black, or it was like a beige desert of just a mess. And I was like, where has the color gone? I just don't know. Where was the glitter? Where was the pure joy that makes us love nail polish in the first place? Since I couldn't find that when I was, wanting to decorate my own nail space, I decided to make it. So I spent the last few months quietly building my website from scratch and shifting my entire business model into like a happy aesthetic lifestyle product designed specifically for people like us who think about nails like basically 24/7. So you'll find products in my shop that are nail themed custom beach bags, accessories, tech accessories, and then I have a full line of handmade products that I make right here in my studio, like bookmarks, and then my resin keychains that I adore making, fun car decals. So here's one with cats, books, cats, nails, and then we have coffee dogs nails, and just all kinds of fun products that are just geared to us who love nail polish, love our books, love our pets, and just want to exist in this glittery nail polish world that we have created. So thanks so much again for all of your support while I was getting together my new website and my new business. And I look forward to sharing more nail art tutorials and just hanging out with you guys and being immersed back into the nail art community. So quick design note, I traded out the zinnia for Pencils Down. Pencils Down was a little bit brighter and I thought it looked better with the banana hacks. So once I got all of the flowers filled in, it really opened up where all the openings were. So I went back through with the apple crisp and just filled in all the little holes. All right, let's look and see how that looks so good. Let's get an idea of how it'll look on the nail. Look at that. Yay! Okay, so this needs to dry, and then this will dry pretty quick. I'm going to actually pop this over by my fan on the corner there, and then I'm going to grab my sticky base coat. Can you see it? Come on, there we go. And put a nice layer, thin layer of sticky base all over this center middle nail. We just want to make sure that it's a nice even coat, and because this design is going to overlap the edge of the nail, I'm also going to put some on the edge of the nail. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this in front of the fan for probably about 45 seconds. While that's drying, I'm actually going to take zinnia off here and put in Pencils Down, because that's what I used. And that'll be that. And let me feel my nail here. That might have been a little too long. I think it'll work. Okay. All right, let's get this stamped on here. All right, deep breath, guys. Look at that. All right, so I'm just going to tuck those little extra, see I got some extra edges there. I'm just going to tuck those under, and I am going to just let those dry. Look at those beautiful tulips. That looks so good. I wanted to get as much of the design on the nail. My first instinct was to bring it down a little bit to show more of the background, but I'm like, I just filled that whole thing in. We're showing this. Okay, so that is the design coming together. And that is really pretty. Top coat is just going to make this just bam. All right, let's get to work on this guy. I'm going to stick with my original plan and use the black stamping polish to for this little guy here. He is so cute, and I think the black on that nail is going to look really, really great. And I always, I always lean towards black stamping polish for outlines. I just always do. So I'm just going to coat that up really, really well, give it a good scrape, and really get a good pickup. Let's see. Looks good. Okay, we're going to use pencils down to fill in Mr. Bumblebee. I should be good, but I think I'm going to grab a little bit of fresh polish. It's so small of a space that I have to fill in. Let me use my skinny end here. That's one of the things that I really like about this this dotting tool is that I've got a like bulbous end. I'm not even gonna go there. I've got a end with a little bulb on it to make it hold a little bit more polish, and then I have an end that is very, very skinny that helps you to get into those, skinnier places. Let's see how it looks on the nail, actually, because I love kind of how the iridescent comes through the wings. So I'm kind of thinking maybe that's our thing, is just to leave it the way it is. I mean, I could do white wings, but I just kind of like it the way it is. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave it just how it is. And then our little bumblebee is going to have pretty little iridescent wings. I move this stuff out of the way, and I gotta find my sticky base that I put aside and then couldn't find again. All right, again, we're gonna do a nice thin coat, and then I will pop that in front of my fan for 45 seconds-ish. Yeah, this is drying up pretty quick today too, so I think it's a little chilly in here. You'd never know it by me because I'm hot all the time. There we go. And I think that's perfect just there. Yes. All right, let's put this, I'm going to move this out of the way. And then let's put this in here. Oh my God, look how cute. All right, this is adorable. I knew it was going to be cute, but I didn't think it was going to come out this good. Okay, this is just about dry enough to get some top coat going. And on the two stamp nails, I'm going to use the Maniology Smudge Free Top Coat. It's a water-based top coat, and it helps to keep your stamping polish from smearing and smudging. And then I just kind of wanted to show you how the Frequent Flyer base color is kind of peeping out through the sides here, and it just looks really pretty. And I start, just in a minute, you'll see, I started putting my top coat on, and the camera turned off. So I went from just, and that's like the best part too, putting the top coat on is the best part. But it turned off, and I don't even know that it turns off. It just turns off. I have to look up to see it. And then let's do a little toppity top on Mr. Bumblebee here. And it just looks so cute. I'm so happy with how he came out. And I'm glad I didn't fill in the wings. Okay, so for the rest of the nails, I am going to top coat them with my absolute go-to, which is my SC Good to Go Quick Dry Top Coat. I love this top coat. It is my favorite and I highly recommend it. Just when you use it, don't put it in front of the fan. Just let it air dry because it dries from top down. So the top dries first. And what can happen if you put it in front of the fan is it will kind of blow what's already dry and it'll crinkle your design, and we don't want that. So here is how the whole design looks. So I'm going to put this aside and let it dry for a while so I can model it for you. Those tulips just look so cute. The eye just goes right there. I am so happy with it. But I'm going to put this aside, let it dry for a while. So when I press down to apply them so I can model them for you, I don't mess up my design or screw it up, and I will be back. All right, guys, here's how they look on. What do you think? Isn't that green Grandpa's Garden absolutely beautiful? I think it's the pink flaky in there that sets it apart from so many of the other green nail polishes that I have, even like the sparkly glittery ones. I love how my flowers came out. I thought they were great. And I want your opinion on Mr. Bumblebee. Did I do the right thing by leaving his wings like undecorated so he's got the iridescent background, or should I have done them in white? What would you have done? Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. All right, guys, that's everything for today. Thank you so much for joining me for some fun nail art. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to help my channel grow. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.